Bitcoin miner Marathon to start energizing Texas rigs at Compute North facility. The dramatic decline in Bitcoin prices led to a $127.6 million impairment on the company's Bitcoin holdings in the second quarter. Marathon Digital, alongside disappointing Q2 results, said it's finally begun energizing its fleet at Compute North facility in West Texas. Energization delays, maintenance, and weather issues in Montana, and an approximately 56% decline in the price of Bitcoin during the quarter severely impacted our Bitcoin production and financial results, said CEO Fred Thiel. On the earnings call, Thiel spoke to the challenging conditions both for the mining industry in general and specifically for Marathon. Among those challenges for Marathon have been about 40,000 mining rigs previously installed in a Compute North facility in Texas that have been sitting idly as the hosting firm was awaiting for its energy provider to receive tax-exempt approval status. Compute North has now energized 40 megawatts of a 280 megawatt wind-powered facility in Upton County in West Texas, according to the Monday earnings release. Marathon will be the exclusive client of this site, which is Compute North's 5th Tier 0 site, and said the statement. The rest of the 280 megawatts will be coming online in phases with full energization autumn 2022, Dave Perrell, CEO and co-founder of Compute North, told CoinDesk. There are currently 40,000 mining rigs at the Compute North facility, which will be coming online in 20 megawatt chunks, with all expected to be energized by the end of September, Thiel said on Monday's call. Mining at the Tier 0 facility will be behind the meter, meaning the energy will not be transmitted through the grid, but the site will curtail its energy consumption when demand is peaking through the grid, Perrell added. In June, a Montana storm and related power outage led to about 30,000 of Marathon's miners, or 75% of its fleet, going offline. Marathon reported mining revenue in Q2 of $24.9 million, which fell by 15% compared with the same period last year and missed the average analyst estimate of $38.8 million, according to FactSet data. While operational issues in Texas and Montana took a bite out of revenues, the fall in price of Bitcoin led to a $127.6 million impairment charge on company holdings, which now stands at 10,055 Bitcoin after projection of 707 in Q2. The firm noted a net loss of $191.6 million in the quarter, up from $108.9 million in the same period last year, mainly due to the decline in Bitcoin prices and cost association with exiting from Montana. The loss was mitigated by the sale of an $87 million in equipment. Marathon Chief Financial Officer Hugh Gallagher said in the earnings call. The miner reiterated guidance that it will reach 23.3 exahash a second in computing power by mid-2023, noting that it has signed enough hosting agreements to help reach that goal. Shares were down modestly in after-hours action and remained lower by 60% year to date, in line with most Bitcoin mining peers. In December of 2021, Compute North agreed to host 100,000 of Marathon's mining rigs. Mara also signed a 200 megawatt hosting agreement with Applied Blockchain in July. So essentially, at the end of the day, from our perspective, we will see, of course, more hash rate on the Bitcoin network, which will increase the difficulty. The problem that you will have to run into, of course, during this time is going to be an increased amount of selling pressure as well, as they're not doing that well right now. And that could generally be continued, but this is positive news and at the end of the day, because it does mean that there's more competition within the mining market. So you drive your energy to production cost up, which means that, of course, it drives the market up. And that continues with Bitcoin miner CleanSpark, and they buy a 36 megawatt facility and 3,400 machines in Georgia for $25.1 million. The Las Vegas-based company continues to look for growth in a market ripe for mergers and acquisitions. CleanSpark spent $25.1 million for a mining facility and Bitcoin mining rigs in the U.S. state of Georgia, continuing to take advantage of opportunities that crop up during the market downturn. And that's what we talk about all the time on this channel, right? This is the time for opportunity. There are the companies and the people willing to take the risk and the people that are not willing to take the risk. If you don't take the risk, nothing happens, right? So nothing changes. If you do take the risk, you have the potential for a great upside or a great downside. But when we are talking about bear markets, etc., you are potentially looking at a bunch of different opportunities that you should consider. The company acquired a 36 megawatt active facility in the state from Waha Technologies for $16.2 million, along with 3,400 miners in operation at the site for $8.9 million, according to a Tuesday press release. The mining industry has been consolidating and is expected to continue to do so amid a bear market that is squeezing margins and has miners struggling, some of them due to large debt obligations. The market has been preparing all summer for consolidation, and we are pleased to be on the acquiring side, CleanSpark CEO Zach Bradford said in the press release. And obviously, that's a great option there, right? Among other deals for CleanSpark during the downturns was the purchase of contracts for 1,800 rigs in June and the acquisition of 1,000 operating miners in New York in July. The facility will be CleanSpark's third in Georgia, the other two being in College Park and Norcross, both near Atlanta. The new site in Washington in northeastern Georgia, about 110 miles from Atlanta, is currently operating 340 petahash a second of computing power, and CleanSpark will be adding machines it already has on hand. The Washington location also has exclusive rights to another 50 megawatts of power, which is primarily low carbon, such as nuclear energy, according to the press release. Waha Technologies, from which CleanSpark bought the new site, had 16 megawatts of Bitcoin mining running at the end of 2021 in the state of New York, with plans to add 84 megawatts of infrastructure in 2022 across Colorado, Illinois, Georgia, and Texas, according to its website. Washington Mayor Bill DeGolian, something like that, said the town is thrilled to have CleanSpark as this partnership will diversify our local industry, create rural technology jobs, and expand our electric customer base and invest in our community. And that is the way people should be looking at it. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you, good sir, because a lot of people are not looking at it like that. Kazakhstan, for example, have arrested 23 IT professionals that were running illegal crypto mines in Kazakhstan, which basically means they weren't paying the government their dues. The country is still grappling with illegal crypto mining industry. It's only illegal if you make it illegal, right? Especially, it's only illegal if you make it extremely difficult to be legal, which is what Kazakhstan's done. Not only increasing the price of power for miners in particular, but also forcing them to go through regulatory processes that are very difficult to do and not giving them adequate time to accommodate to accommodate for actually filing for all of the permits that are needed. Authorities in Kazakhstan arrested 23 people suspected of forcing an IT professional to run an illegal crypto mine, according to a report on an information platform supervised by the Ministry of the Interior. During searches of illegal mining farms, the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Kazakhstan's National Security Service found 7 people thought to be members of the gang and a 36-year-old IT professional who was forced to organize the work of the mining farms, the report says. Hey, I'm 36 this month on the 26th and was an IT professional. I wonder if you just get caught up in this and you're like, oh, darn, we got caught. Kazakhstan has been trying to root out illicit crypto mining, which draws a lot of electricity from its crumbling grid, while coming up with regulations and taxation to organize legal industry. And that's what I'm talking about. If you make it too difficult to adhere to these regulations and you increase the taxes to the point to where it makes it unprofitable, of course, people are going to be forced into a position where they're doing something illegal, right? It's not dissimilar from a lot of the rules and stuff that are put in place in the United States either, that put you into a position whether you might even not even know that you did something illegal. Another 3 suspected gang members. I love how we're crypto gangs, bitches. We're like, crypto mining gangs, bro. That's what we got to make now. We got to make a new t-shirt, crypto mining gang. We got this. We're like the mafia, bro. They stored weapons. As authorities searched for illegally stored weapons. So I don't know if they had illegally stored weapons. It doesn't seem clear, but they were searching for them. Guns and crypto, boys. The group was made up of former convicts and criminally oriented persons with a history of violent crimes, including debt collection and extortion. These guys are all about the money, bro. They're like, we're going to force this IT guy to mine crypto for us, and then we're going to go collect our debts over here. And they got their bats and their illegally obtained weapons. They're like, you can pay me in Bitcoin. Here's my QR code. Pony up! It was making $300,000 to $500,000 a month from illicit crypto mining in the Talgar district of the Almaty region, the report said. Authorities also seized 6,000 items of crypto mining equipment worth about $7 million, along with an AK-47 assault rifle, ammunition, and pistols. Hey, John McAfee's not dead. We found him, guys. He's in Kazakhstan. We got it. Overall, I think that this is a little scary because we do have to, like I said, take into account that they have basically put into rules last minute to make a lot of people that are crypto mining doing something illegal without giving them proper, adequate time to respond to that. If you have like a crypto mining farm and you're running a business, or any business for that matter, that then obviously crosses with the law last minute and you are expected to shut down, it can be very difficult. So, you know, targeting, they are clearly, obviously targeting these people in a manner that makes them look bad overall. I'm not sure that I buy it, right? Because every single time the government wants to basically shut something down, they're going to have to put fear into the public to justify it. So they're putting fear into the public by saying, you know, yo, this guy has an AK-47, you know, they were collecting debts and they committed extortion, and these are all alleged, right? None of them are proved. And so we shut down their crypto mining farm and we arrested them for illegal crypto mining. It is a scary path to take, and a scary one to see as a crypto miner ourselves. Now, luckily in Texas, the position I'm in is that we are seeing it being added into the Bill of Rights to be able to possess digital currencies. And thank God for that, because it is not too crazy to consider that the federal government in the United States would not do something similar at some point in time. Therefore, just all of a sudden illegalizing an entire industry and creating criminals where there were no criminals previously. So these are scary times. We must pay attention. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.